Breaking right now, a massacre in Maine. A gunman opens fire at a crowded bowling alley and bar.
I don't think you're supposed to see that in real life.
More than a dozen people dead, even more have been hurt. Plus, still on the run, a nationwide manhunt for the person suspected of killing a local judge. Today, family and friends will begin to say their final goodbyes. Also ahead, could it be a record breaker? Our fall warm-up continues. We're talking t-shirt and shorts weather. And track. A man gets locked inside of a jewelry vault. Even rescuers couldn't get to him. See how he finally walked out on his own. It's Thursday, October 26, 2023.
The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
All right, good morning. Your time right now is 6 o'clock. We are following some breaking news in Northeast DC at the moment. Two carjacked cars crashing right near each other, and we do know a woman is dead. Our Lex Warris is live at the scene. Coming up in just a few minutes with more on what we have learned from police. But we do want to start by saying good morning and thank you for starting your day with us here on DC News Now. I'm Tanaya Wright.
Yeah, good morning to you. I'm Corey James. Shanika's tracking the roads, and we're going to check in with her in just a moment for some updates. But turning things over to Jackie, who's tracking the forecast this morning. I'm kind of sad that it's a bit warm. I like the crisp, cold air in the morning.
I'm not.
You know?
Next
enjoying
week,
this last week of October.
am I the only one that likes the warm?
No.
Next week's going to be colder again.
Yes, exactly.
I
So,
peeked at
yes,
that.
that'll be something to look forward to for you. We'll finally be below normal as we look ahead towards the start of the next work week, or at least the start of the month of November, I should say. Temperatures, though, out there this morning, those are starting off in the 40s and 50s. This is a milder start to the day compared to the last couple of mornings, although yesterday morning was warmer than the morning before that. Again, this morning is even warmer than yesterday morning. We're upper 50s in D.C., mid-50s in Annapolis, low 60s Lexington Park, low 50s at this hour in Hagerstown, mid-50s in Winchester. Those areas in the 40s, we're seeing low 40s in Culpeper and Manassas, mid-40s over towards Woodstock as well as Cumberland. Running right about 5 to close to 10 degrees warmer than we were yesterday morning around this time. So certainly noticing that difference. High pressure is with us down towards our south and east, still pumping in that south-southwest flow, allowing for these high temperatures later on today. Yes, shorts and t-shirt weather later on this afternoon for late October. This is going to feel more like early September. And not only that, could be near record-breaking, likely record-breaking though for Hagerstown for the day today. More details on that coming up as Shanika's back with the on-board look at those roadways. What's the very latest out there this morning?
All right, let's head out to Northern Virginia where we're seeing this major issue. This is a tractor trailer fire along the inner loop, and that's right in Annandale, just near Braddock Road. You're seeing just a heavy response right now. A lot of cars out there trying to get past that. Now, this is on the service side of the Capitol Beltway, so you should be okay getting by. It is just very slow right now. You are seeing some red along this stretch, so do use caution in this area.
All right, Shanika, thank you. Time right now is 6:02. Some breaking news. Hundreds of police officers in Maine, they're searching for a gunman.
That is right. He's accused of shooting and killing at least 16 people last night. Now, police have identified him as 40-year-old Robert Card. They say that he is a firearms instructor. Now, police say that he first went into a bar and a restaurant in Lewiston around 8 o'clock last night. They say he then opened fire inside of a bowling alley about 4 miles away. Now, according to law enforcement, there he is right here. Card was sent to a mental health facility earlier this year because he said he heard voices and threatened to shoot up a military base. Now, officials say they expect the death toll in this to rise, with dozens of other people being treated in hospitals right now. One man describing the panic he felt after hearing the gunman pull the trigger.
Out of nowhere, he just came in and there was a loud pop, and I just booked it down the lane, and I slid basically into where the pins are and climbed up in the machine and was on top of the machines for about 10 minutes until the cops got there. I don't think you're supposed to see that in real life.
Now, President Biden told Maine's governor that they have full federal support in the wake of this horrific attack. But of course, stay with DC News Now as the story continues to develop all morning and all day long. We will bring you the latest on air and online. Just type Maine in the search bar at the top of your screen. All right, well, also breaking right now, a deadly crash early this morning involving 2 carjacked vehicles in Northeast.
DC News Now's Lex Warris is live at the scene. Lex, what is the latest?
Right, well, we do know that a woman is dead after this accident. You can see this is a big, busy scene out here, and it is stretching far down Brentwood Road. Those cars crashing in different places here on the street. One of them crashing onto a sidewalk and the other into this power pole right here. Now, police have put their vehicles in such a way that it does block that car. We did get some video earlier. I'm going to take that now and show you all that car hitting this power pole and then flipping over on, so it's upside down there on the sidewalk. Now, there was a woman inside of that car, and she died just after the crash here. Now, we don't know the exact time of the crash, but do know that DC Fire and EMS were dispatched here around 4:45 this morning. Something else that's important to note here in this story, both of the cars in this crash had previously been carjacked, and working to find out the specifics around the carjackings. Police are still investigating exactly how many people were inside of both of these cars that crashed. They're also looking into any other injuries. Right now, we only know about the woman who died, and police are also working to confirm whether or not she was the driver or a passenger in that vehicle. So a lot of things that we still are waiting to get answers from investigators, but they are here actively at the scene working their best to get some answers for us. Now, we did mention both of these cars had been carjacked, and we know that carjackings are up here in the city, and that's something that's been a big issue here in the city this year, and something that even the mayor has put together a carjacking task force to try and stop. Now here we are with 2 more cars that have been carjacked and somebody dead on the end of that. For now, live in Brentwood, I'm Lex Juarez, DC News Now.
Thank you, Lex. Well, the search for a missing Montgomery County man continues this morning. Police say 31-year-old Rashawn Williams has been missing for 5 days now. He has Down syndrome, and his family is desperate to find him. Williams was last seen at the Glenmont Metro Station on Saturday. His father said that he ran away from his day program on Friday, then got onto a Metro bus. Now, he could have gotten off anywhere between Burtonsville and the Fort Totten Metro Station in D.C.
Shiny boy don't have a sense of knowing where he going.
He relies on us for everything. He relies on us to, take him where he goes, to feed him. He can't care for himself. He's always going to require that since he is nonverbal.
A lot of crying. It's going from being sad to being angry.
Police describe him as 5'5", about 150 pounds. He was last seen wearing a blue long-sleeve shirt, blue jeans, and black shoes. All right, 6:06 now. Montgomery County Police say a 12-year-old is behind multiple bomb threats at schools across the county.
Yeah, those threats came in over the span of about 11 days, and it also disrupted classes at schools, and one of those schools was impacted 5 times. Police say schools received threats by email. The boy, though, cannot be charged because of his age. Police say he was aware of the limitations, that he cannot be charged. Montgomery County Councilmember Will Jawanda releasing a statement regarding what happened, saying in part, quote, "Violence and threats of violence harm our physical and mental well-being. We must reject violence and work together to address both the root causes and immediate safety needs." In North Gaza, hundreds of thousands of Palestinians are staying in their homes amid Israeli warnings of assault. Israel says it considers all those who stay possible accomplices of Hamas. Overcrowded shelters and shortages of water and food make the decision a hard one, they say. The bombardment of southern Gaza is also why many have not needed Israel's warnings to move south.
His whole purpose is to make sure that that humanitarian assistance can get to the Palestinian people. We have seen no indications as of today that any of the trucks, any of the material in those trucks have been diverted to Hamas or been absconded by Hamas. We don't want to see Hamas benefit any more than anybody else does.
And that statement from Admiral John Kirby from the National Security Council comes as the White House continues to ensure humanitarian aid to Palestinian people. Meantime, protesters across the country are calling for a ceasefire in Palestine. Several protesters were arrested while demonstrating outside the offices of senators and representatives at the Rayburn House Office building. The group called If Not Now is made up of Jewish Americans supporting Palestine, demanding congressional leaders call for a ceasefire. The organization says 49 of its members were arrested. All right, time right now is 6:08 on this Thursday morning. Jewish students at George Washington University, they're outraged after they saw what they say are anti-Israel and anti-Semitic images.
That is right. They came from a student group called Students for Justice in Palestine. Now, the images were displayed by a projector screen on the side of the school library. You can see them right here. Students called campus police. The university said the images violate campus policy.
Makes me very upset to see that, and I don't think that that should be allowed anywhere on school or anywhere in the world.
Ultimately, we should be coming together to stop violence once and for all, and on this campus stopping hate, because it's not helping anybody. It's not helping the Israelis, and it's not helping the Palestinians. It's not helping Jews. It's not helping Muslims. It's not helping anyone.
The school said it will be reviewing the incident with the people involved. Meantime, American University responding to anti-Palestinian messaging found under an office door on campus. They say that office belongs to a staff member who is Palestinian. Now, this comes after anti-Semitic graffiti was found on campus last week. The university is now getting the FBI involved. And a Maryland Circuit Court judge is being honored today at a visitation before his funeral, which is set for tomorrow.
Yeah, Judge Andrew Wilkinson is being remembered by his family as an amazing person as they grieve his tragic death. DC News Now's Liberty Zabala is at studio with us, talking about how the Hagerstown community, how they're remembering him. Liberty, good morning.
Good morning, Corey and Tanaya. Such a huge loss for the community. Judge Wilkinson is being remembered as a champion for justice who worked for his victims, and that's what he aimed to do when he ruled against an alleged domestic abuser. But that same man is who police say took his life. Now, Wilkinson's wife released a statement saying, quote, "My family and I are touched by the overwhelming response from family, friends, co-workers, local and state politicians, and Governor Moore. We are grateful for their prayers, thoughts, and love during this tragic time." And it goes on to thank local, state, and federal law enforcement for their continued response, saying, quote, "Drew would be very grateful for all of your efforts." Meanwhile, DC News Now obtained this audio recording of the judge's final court decision.
Clear to me that there has been abuse. It's incredible. And so for all those reasons, today, I'm going to grant a divorce from Pedro Argate. Mother's going to have sole legal custody of the minor children.
Now, the U.S. Marshal Service is searching for Argote across several states, including New York and Florida. Meanwhile, Judge Wilkinson's funeral is set for Friday morning at St. Anne Catholic Church in Hagerstown. I'll send it back to you.